If your legs feel weaker than they did a year ago, it isn't just aging, it's muscle loss. And one specific fruit has been clinically shown to slow that process and help older adults maintain strength, because most adults over 60 begin losing muscle long before they notice it. The first signs are simple. Getting up from a chair takes more effort, stairs feel heavier, or the legs fatigue faster during a normal walk. These changes are not random. They are the early stages of sarcopenia, a progressive decline of muscle tissue that affects roughly a third of seniors. Sarcopenia begins when the body can no longer repair muscle fibers as efficiently as it once did. Several processes occur at the same time. Inflammation inside the muscles increases, protein synthesis slows, potassium levels drop, and collagen production declines. Together, these changes reduce strength, stability, and mobility. What feels like getting older is actually a biological problem with clear causes. One of the most important internal changes is a rise in chronic low-grade inflammation. This inflammation gradually damages muscle fibers and interferes with recovery after even mild activity. At the same time, mitochondria, the energy-producing parts of muscle cells, become less efficient. Muscles fatigue faster because they cannot produce or use energy as effectively. Another major factor is the loss of essential nutrients. Older adults often consume less potassium than the body needs for proper muscle contraction. Without adequate potassium, muscles cramp more easily and tire sooner. Vitamin K and antioxidants also decline, both of which are needed to maintain strong bones and protect muscle tissue from oxidative damage. This combination leads to the slow, steady weakening most seniors experience. But research shows that providing the body with specific nutrients can interrupt this decline. This brings us to a fruit that is often overlooked but highly effective in supporting muscle health. Prunes. Prunes are more than a digestive aid. They contain one of the highest natural concentrations of potassium, providing over 700 milligrams per 100 grams. Significantly more than a banana, potassium is essential for normal muscle contractions and helps prevent the sudden cramps and nighttime leg tightening that many older adults experience. Prunes are also rich in phenolic compounds, which are antioxidants that directly reduce inflammation inside muscle tissue. These compounds help slow the breakdown of muscle fibers and support better recovery after daily movement. For seniors, reducing inflammation is one of the most important steps in preventing further muscle loss. Another advantage is their vitamin K content. Muscle and bone health are closely connected, and weak bones force surrounding muscles to compensate. Increasing fatigue, vitamin K supports bone density, helping maintain the structural foundation that muscles depend on. Studies show that increasing potassium intake alone can reduce the risk of muscle weakness by as much as 33%. This makes prunes a practical daily tool for older adults who need consistent nutrient support without complicated diets or supplements. The amount required is small. 3 to 4 prunes per day is enough to supply meaningful levels of potassium, antioxidants, and vitamin K. They are easy to incorporate into meals, eaten plain, added to oatmeal, mixed into salads, or blended into a smoothie. Some seniors soak them overnight to improve digestion and nutrient absorption. The benefits appear gradually. With consistent intake, many older adults notice fewer cramps, improved steadiness during walking, better morning energy, and less muscle tightness after daily activities. These improvements are not the result of guesswork. They come from giving the body the nutrients it needs to stabilize and maintain muscle tissue. Sarcopenia is a real biological process, but it is not a hopeless one. Providing the right nutrients can slow its progression and help restore functional strength. Prunes are simply one of the most efficient and evidence-based ways to begin that support. Sarcopenia does not develop from a single cause. It forms through several internal failures happening at the same time. To understand how certain fruits help slow this process, it's important to look at what is actually occurring inside aging muscle tissue. One of the earliest changes is a decline in blood flow. Muscles rely on oxygen and nutrient delivery to function and repair themselves. When circulation weakens, recovery slows, strength drops, and the legs fatigue faster. This is why many older adults notice their endurance decreasing, even if their weight stays the same. Muscle tissue simply isn't receiving what it needs. Another issue is the rise of oxidative stress, a type of cell damage caused by unstable molecules called free radicals. In younger adults, the body neutralizes these molecules efficiently. With age, that system becomes less effective. Oxidative stress then damages muscle cells, mitochondria, and connective tissue, contributing directly to weakness. Next is the slow decline in mitochondrial performance. Mitochondria produce the energy muscles use for every movement, from lifting a grocery bag to climbing stairs. When these structures weaken, muscles tire quickly and recover poorly. Older adults often describe this as, "My legs give out faster than they used to." That sensation is rooted in cellular energy loss. The body needs antioxidants, anti-inflammatory compounds, and improved circulation to counter these changes. This is where the second fruit becomes relevant: red grapes. Red grapes contain resveratrol, a compound found mostly in their skins and seeds. Resveratrol is a potent antioxidant that directly reduces oxidative stress in muscle tissue. This is not a general wellness claim. It affects actual muscle cell protection. When oxidative stress decreases, the rate of muscle breakdown slows and cells maintain their structure longer. Resveratrol also improves nitric oxide availability, which widens blood vessels and supports better circulation. For seniors, improved blood flow is one of the most important contributors to muscle performance. More oxygen reaches the muscles, small tears heal faster, and walking endurance increases. Red grapes also supply flavonoids, another class of antioxidants that reduce chronic inflammation in muscle and nerve tissue. Inflammation is one of the primary drivers of sarcopenia, weakening muscle fibers and disrupting the communication between nerves and muscles. Lower inflammation means stronger contractions, steadier balance, and reduced fatigue. Research referenced in main data indicates seniors consuming around 200 grams of red grapes per day may reduce age-related muscle loss by up to 20%. A significant impact for a fruit requiring no preparation and minimal dietary change. The benefits extend further. Resveratrol supports mitochondrial efficiency, allowing muscle cells to generate energy more effectively. Older adults with mitochondrial decline often experience sudden exhaustion during routine tasks. By improving mitochondrial function, red grapes help restore more stable, predictable energy levels throughout the day. For best results, grapes with thicker skins contain more resveratrol eating the seeds, while optional provides an additional antioxidant boost. Seniors who have difficulty chewing seeds can blend whole grapes into a smoothie to maintain nutrient value. The effects build gradually. In many older adults, consistent intake leads to less leg fatigue during walking, fewer cramps, improved circulation to the lower extremities, and better post-activity recovery. From here, another nutrient becomes important: vitamin C, which plays a direct role in collagen production and muscle tissue repair. This leads to the next food source shown to support muscle strength: padron peppers. Padron peppers provide over 120 milligrams of vitamin C per 100 grams, significantly exceeding daily senior requirements. Vitamin C is not just an immune support nutrient. It is required for synthesizing collagen, the structural protein that supports tendons, ligaments, and the connective tissue surrounding muscle fibers. As collagen declines with age, muscles lose stability and joints become stiffer. Restoring vitamin C intake helps maintain the integrity of these support structures, making movement smoother and reducing the risk of strain. Padron peppers also contain capsaicin, a compound that increases blood flow by gently stimulating circulation. In older adults, improved circulation helps muscles receive oxygen more consistently and reduces the accumulation of inflammatory byproducts. These peppers are mild, easy to digest, and simple to prepare. Eating them 2 to 3 times per week can meaningfully contribute to better muscle function and lower inflammation. In summary, prunes provide potassium and antioxidants that stabilize muscle function. Red grapes reduce oxidative stress and improve blood flow. Padron peppers support collagen production and circulation. Each addresses a different internal weakness, contributing to sarcopenia, giving the body practical tools to slow muscle loss. As muscle tissue ages, the body relies more heavily on nutrients that reduce inflammation, support collagen repair, and maintain efficient energy production. The next fruit addresses these needs with unusually high nutrient density. Arbutus berries, also known as strawberry tree berries. These berries contain astringent flavonoids and tannins, compounds that directly target low-grade inflammatory activity. Chronic inflammation is one of the strongest contributors to sarcopenia because it weakens connective tissue, slows muscle repair, and interferes with nerve signaling. The flavonoids in arbutus berries help stabilize this process by reducing inflammatory enzymes and protecting muscle cell membranes. One of their most important features is their extremely high vitamin C concentration, significantly higher than many common fruits. Vitamin C is required for the formation of hydroxyproline, a critical amino acid in collagen. Without adequate collagen, the connective structures surrounding muscle fibers become weaker, leading to stiffness, reduced mobility, and increased susceptibility to strains. Arbutus berries supply enough vitamin C to meaningfully support the collagen network around the muscles. They also provide antioxidants that protect mitochondria, the energy-producing organelles that determine how long muscles can perform before fatigue. When mitochondrial aging accelerates, seniors experience quicker exhaustion, difficulty maintaining balance, and slower recovery after activity. The compounds in arbutus berries help restore more consistent mitochondrial function by reducing oxidative damage. For older adults who experience heaviness in the legs or slow initiation of movement, these antioxidant effects can improve the way muscles respond when first engaged. From here, another fruit becomes relevant due to its role in digestion and protein absorption, a particularly important factor in older adults. Many seniors experience reduced stomach acid, slower digestion, and decreased ability to break down proteins into usable amino acids. This is where golden kiwis provide measurable benefits. Golden kiwis contain actinidin, a natural enzyme that increases the breakdown and absorption of dietary proteins. This matters for muscle health because seniors often lose muscle not from lack of protein intake, but from inefficient protein utilization. If the body cannot extract amino acids effectively, muscle fibers cannot repair themselves after daily activity. Golden kiwis also contain large amounts of vitamin C, again supporting collagen production and connective tissue strength. Additionally, they provide fiber that supports better gut health, which indirectly influences nutrient absorption because actinidin continues working through the digestive tract. Golden kiwis help seniors gain more muscle-preserving value from the protein they already eat. Consuming 1 golden kiwi per day is enough to meaningfully improve protein digestion and support muscle maintenance. Another fruit that plays a direct role in muscle preservation is loquats. They supply ursolic acid, a compound linked to improved muscle maintenance and reduced muscle atrophy. Ursolic acid influences pathways related to muscle protein synthesis and helps slow down the rate at which muscle fibers diminish. Loquats also provide beta-carotene, potassium, and dietary fiber. Beta-carotene reduces oxidative stress within muscle tissue. Potassium supports normal muscle contraction and reduces cramping. Fiber improves metabolic stability, which affects overall muscle performance, because unstable blood sugar can lead to fatigue and increased inflammation. For seniors experiencing early sarcopenia, The combined nutrients in loquats help maintain existing muscle fibers while supporting connective tissue and metabolic balance. Across these fruits, arbutus berries, golden kiwis and loquats, several mechanisms overlap. Reduced inflammatory activity. This slows muscle breakdown and protects connective tissue. Improved collagen support. Stronger connective structures reduce stiffness and enhance mobility. Better nutrient absorption. Improved protein utilization is critical for maintaining muscle mass. More stable mitochondrial function. This reduces fatigue and strengthens daily endurance. Each fruit provides a different set of compounds that help stabilize the internal environment required for muscle maintenance. By this point in the documentary, one principle becomes clear. Muscle decline is not driven by a single failure. It is a combined result of inflammation, reduced nutrient absorption, weaker collagen structures, and compromised mitochondria. Fruits that target these areas collectively give seniors measurable improvements in strength, stability, and recovery. Maintaining muscle strength in older age requires more than slowing inflammation or improving nutrient absorption. The body also needs consistent support for cell signaling, energy distribution, and neuromuscular coordination. As adults age, these systems lose efficiency, leading to weaker contractions, slower reaction times, and greater fatigue during normal activity. Certain fruits contain compounds that directly influence these pathways, helping stabilize muscle performance. One of the clearest examples is the yellow kiwi, also known as golden kiwi. Its benefits extend beyond digestion and collagen support. This fruit contains a combination of vitamin C, potassium, vitamin E, and polyphenols, each affecting muscle health differently. Vitamin C strengthens connective tissues, but its antioxidant role is equally important. It helps prevent the oxidative damage that weakens muscle fibers and slows recovery. Vitamin E works alongside it, protecting cell membranes from deterioration. Polyphenols reduce chronic inflammation that interferes with muscle repair. Together, these nutrients create a more stable internal environment for muscle function. Yellow kiwis also help regulate electrolyte balance, an essential factor in preventing cramping and muscle fatigue. Many seniors struggle with mild dehydration or imbalanced minerals due to medications, reduced thirst signals, or inadequate fluid intake. The potassium content in yellow kiwi supports more predictable muscle contractions and reduces the sudden tightening that disrupts walking or standing. Because these nutrients are present together in a single fruit, yellow kiwis offer a compact source of muscle-supportive compounds that work synergistically rather than independently. Another important fruit for senior muscle health is the loquat, which was introduced earlier for its ursolic acid content. Ursolic acid influences the pathways involved in muscle protein synthesis, encouraging the body to maintain muscle mass even when activity levels are lower than in younger years. This is particularly relevant for older adults who experience difficulty engaging in intense physical exercise but still need to preserve as much muscle tissue as possible. Loquats also provide carotenoids, which reduce oxidative stress in both muscle and nerve cells. This matters because the neuromuscular system, the communication between nerves and muscles, becomes less efficient with age. Stronger nerve signaling means more stable balance, more reliable gait mechanics, and better coordination during daily tasks. Additionally, loquats support metabolic health through their soluble fiber. Stable blood glucose reduces inflammation and prevents the fatigue crashes that make physical activity harder to sustain. When blood sugar swings less, muscle performance becomes more predictable and less prone to sudden weakness. At this stage, it becomes clear how these fruits collectively target multiple underlying causes of sarcopenia. Prunes support muscle contractions and reduce inflammation. Red grapes improve circulation and mitochondrial energy output. Padron peppers and arbutus berries increase collagen support and reduce tissue damage. Golden kiwis and loquats strengthen digestion, protein utilization, and neuromuscular function. Each contributes to a different point of vulnerability inside the aging muscle. Yet muscle strength is not determined by muscle fibers alone. Nerve integrity plays an equally important role. When nerve cells weaken or become damaged, muscle response time slows, balance worsens, and fall risk increases. This is why the next fruit is particularly important for older adults: wild blackberries. Wild blackberries contain high levels of anthocyanins, a class of antioxidants shown to protect nerve cells and support brain-to-muscle communication. They also reduce microinflammation in the neuromuscular junction, the site where nerves transmit signals to muscle fibers. When this junction functions better, muscles contract more reliably and coordination improves. Blackberries also provide manganese and vitamin C, which support connective tissue integrity and help maintain the collagen structures surrounding muscles. These nutrients help reduce stiffness and support smoother, more controlled movement. By improving both muscle tissue and nerve signaling, wild blackberries address one of the most overlooked components of senior strength: balance stability. Many adults lose strength not because muscles fail, but because nerve signals become inconsistent. Blackberries support both systems at once. In real terms, these combined benefits influence daily function. Steadier steps, more controlled transitions from sitting to standing, reduced fatigue during daily walking, and better protection against falls. Across all these fruits, one principle remains consistent. Sarcopenia progresses when inflammation rises, nutrient absorption decreases, collagen weakens, and nerve signaling slows. Fruits that target these issues simultaneously give aging muscles the support they need to maintain strength and stability. By the time adults reach their 60s and 70s, several internal systems that once worked efficiently begin to slow muscle fibers, repair more slowly. Inflammation rises, nerve signals travel less reliably, mitochondria produce less energy. These changes make the body feel weaker, less stable, and more easily fatigued. But none of these processes are irreversible. The body continues to respond to targeted nutrients, including those found in specific fruits that support the structures most responsible for strength. Among these, wild blackberries provide one of the most complete sets of compounds for protecting both muscle and nerve function. Their deep purple color indicates a high concentration of anthocyanins, which have been shown to reduce oxidative stress in muscle fibers and improve the resilience of nerve cells. For older adults, this matters. Oxidative stress contributes to muscle degradation and slows the communication between nerves and muscles, reducing balance and stability. Wild blackberries also provide manganese, a trace mineral essential for proper formation of connective tissue. Strong connective tissue keeps muscles stable and reduces the stiffness that often limits movement. Vitamin C enhances this effect by supporting collagen production. When these nutrients combine, they help maintain smoother, more predictable movement patterns throughout the day. One of the most overlooked aspects of senior muscle health is the role of neuromuscular coordination. Strong muscles are important, but if the signals controlling those muscles are slow or inconsistent, stability is lost. This is how many falls occur. Not because the muscles fail, but because the communication leading to the movement is delayed. The antioxidants in wild blackberries help preserve these signaling pathways, making muscle contractions more accurate and responsive. At this stage, the larger pattern becomes clear. Each fruit contributes to a different part of the system affected by sarcopenia. Prunes support muscle contractions and reduce inflammation. Red grapes protect mitochondria and improve blood flow. Padron peppers supply high vitamin C for collagen stability. Arbutus berries reduce inflammatory damage and strengthen connective tissue. Golden kiwis improve protein absorption and reduce oxidative stress. Loquats provide ursolic acid to preserve muscle mass. Wild blackberries support nerve function and balance. Together, they address the core biological drivers of muscle decline, inflammation, energy loss, collagen breakdown, poor nutrient absorption, oxidative stress, and impaired nerve signaling. None of these fruits are cures, but each provides targeted compounds that the aging body needs, nutrients that many seniors simply do not receive in sufficient amounts. The most important principle is that muscle loss is not a passive process. It is driven by identifiable failures inside the body: weakened collagen, reduced circulation, oxidative damage, inefficient mitochondria, poor protein absorption, and declining nerve function. When these areas receive the right support, the progression of sarcopenia slows. In some cases, strength and stability improve measurably. Older adults often describe the early benefits in simple ways: fewer cramps, steadier walking, more confidence on stairs, and less fatigue during normal activity. These functional improvements matter because they affect independence, safety, and long-term mobility. The real significance of these fruits is not that they are special, exotic solutions. It is that they contain targeted nutrients that older bodies need in higher amounts. When delivered consistently, these compounds help maintain the internal systems that prevent muscle decline. Sarcopenia is not a sudden event. It is a gradual shift influenced by diet, inflammation, nerve integrity, and cellular energy. By supplying the body with the nutrients it responds to most effectively, seniors can maintain stronger muscles, better balance, and more stable mobility for years longer than expected. Aging will continue, but strength does not have to disappear at the same pace. The biology is clear. The body can still protect its muscles, as long as it receives the tools it needs. If you believe knowledge can save lives, share this video with someone you care for and subscribe to stay informed with the latest medical insights.